You get faster information that you can use immediately. It's a wider array of information. Two big business brands, business news brands coming onto one platform. I think that's what viewers can look forward to. Summit has always been good at doing business TV. Business Day has always been excellent at getting those big stories, those investigative stories. And I think it only made sense in the end to get the synergies that the two have often utilized but not utilized extensively, kind of get one big strong brand. And so, I think that's why we went forward and renamed it Business Day TV. We've got a high-powered panel. That debate will be hosted by one of the Bloomberg anchors. They're going to be basically looking at the economy, the South African economy, the challenges we have, and how to arrest some of the decline that we've been seeing in the last little while. So it'll be an interesting debate altogether.
Let me introduce Peter Bruce. He is the publisher and editor-in-chief of Business Day, and he's going to tell you a lot more about what is an exciting start to a fantastic new venture.
We are an ambitious little company. We want to put up programming so that African broadcasters can use it, pull it down from satellite, and introduce new and exciting shows for the local market as well.
How do we get more inclusive growth? How do we create jobs, particularly jobs for young people and first-time job seekers? So it's within this global context that we then look at our own mining industry. And from a government point of view, we are very clear, although there's an element of skepticism, and sometimes it begins to reduce itself to what I believe is unnecessary cynicism, that we have a role to play as government in normalizing this industry. We have a role to play in getting all of the important stakeholders around the table. We have a role to play in stabilizing the economy and ensuring that it goes back to both stability on the one hand and the level of productivity that the current circumstances would allow. Today, we've got to confront the migrant labor system. Today, we want South Africans to understand the kind of conditions that people who work in the mines come from in respect of their sending areas.
Let me introduce some of our other panelists as well. Srinivasa and Venkat Christian. Venkat, to everybody I understand, so I'm definitely going to stick with that, who is of course the CEO of Anglo Gold Ashanti. Colin Coleman, partner at Goldman Sachs. Thank you very much indeed for being here this morning. And Gulam Balam, Chief Economist and Global Head of Research at Standard Group.
But it has been a worldwide phenomenon that subpar growth has been more prominent than more zealous performance. South Africa's challenge has also been that the nature of growth has been of a poor quality. We entered the crisis with incredibly low public debt as a function of GDP. In other words, the policymakers in South Africa in the late 90s and early 2000s recognized that bad things don't just happen to others, they happen to South Africans and to our nation as well. The capacity for us to find a negotiated settlement to that which challenges us, whether it is in the mining belt or surrounding consensus in terms of the National Development Plan, is what is going to be most meaningful in injecting some sense of a better investment climate and encouraging both domestic and international risk-taking in the local economy.
Mr. Mandela's intervention in initiating negotiations with the National Party was about precisely to say, let's save this country before we do fall over the edge. Let's retain what is best, but let's recognize that there are many structural changes that we want to make. And in fact, that's the quintessence of this government and the ANC's approach to this particular transition. And I think if one looks at it within a global perspective, we've done remarkably well.